Previously, we discussed the potential for a third installment of the Bungo Stray Dogs crossover. When considering this crossover, it's essential not to overlook the two cancelled character skins, Doppo Kunikida as the novelist and Akiko Yosano as the doctor. Identity 5 actually has a considerable number of cancelled skins and other items that might not be widely known. So, in this video, let's delve into some of the cancelled content. Stay tuned to discover more. The dark gray costume is a discontinued C-tier outfit for Priestess Fiona Gilman. Once donned, Fiona's complexion adopts a pale tone and her hair transforms into a platinum blonde shade. Her eyes take on a deep green color, complemented by cherry red lipstick on her lips. The reason behind the unreleased status of the costume remains unknown, given that its assets are functional and it has an assigned name. Additionally, two other unreleased C-tier costumes for Priestess are also found in the files, one featuring a red-black scheme and another with a white-black scheme. Similarly to dark gray, the rationale for the cancellation of these cosmetics remains unknown. Although these costumes were never officially released, they can be seen in concept art featured in the official Identity 5 Japanese reference book. Shipwreck, a B-tier costume for Lucky Guy, was initially planned for release as part of Call of the Abyss 1, but was eventually scrapped and excluded from Abyss Treasures. The only evidence confirming its existence includes an official artwork created for Lucky Guy's 2019 birthday, presented in a stylized depiction, and a model discovered within the game files. The cause behind the unreleased status of the costume remains unclear. It is noticeably absent from both the global and Chinese servers, with the latter typically receiving exclusive content. Shipwreck is featured in Lucky Guy's 2019 birthday artwork alongside other cosmetics like Brown and Moonface. This marks Shipwreck's only officially confirmed appearance outside of the game files. The limited tier costume for Dr. Emily Dyer, named Akiko Yosano, was slated for release but got cancelled. Originally, it was intended to be introduced in the Bungo Stray Dogs crossover, Part 1 Essence, or Season 23 Essence 2. The likely reason for the cancellation of the costume is the association of the character with a poet who expressed support for Imperial Japan's attacks against China. It's important to note that this reason is speculative and has not been officially confirmed by the developers or the company holding the rights for BSD. Life Exchange, also known as Redemption, is a B-tier costume designed for the Dr. Emily Dyer. As of now, it is not accessible in the global servers. However, in the Chinese version, it was initially obtainable exclusively from Season 3 Essence 1 for a limited time. Surprisingly, the costume was later removed from the Essence shortly after its introduction. The cause behind the abrupt removal of Life Exchange remains a mystery, as it lacked any limited tags and was not associated with any specific event or crossover. Life Exchange had the shortest availability among all Essence costumes, lasting for only about 3 hours before its removal. Due to this brief availability, the community dubbed it the costume that lived 3 hours. However, the costume eventually made its way into the Lantern deals exclusive to the Chinese server for Emily. These deals were introduced on September 26, 2019, but had a very low probability of being triggered before they were eventually removed on an undisclosed date. Emily's costume reappeared in Lantern deals on January 28, 2021, exclusively on the Chinese server. During a developer Q&A session on October 24, 2021, it was mentioned that the costume is being considered for addition to Lantern deals on the global servers, so we'll have to wait patiently for further updates. Doppo Kunikida, designed as a limited A-tier costume for the novelist, Orpheus, ended up being cancelled. Initially scheduled for release in the Bungo Stray Dogs crossover Part 1 Essence, or Season 23 Essence 2. The likely cause for the cancellation of the costume is the character being named after a war correspondent who reported from the front lines during the First Sino-Japanese War. However, akin to the situation with Akiko Yosano, this explanation is speculative and has not been officially confirmed by the developers or the company holding the rights for BSD. Jingle is an A-tier pet derived from the earlier design for Wick in the Postman's Christmas Messenger costume. Players received it at no cost on December 14, 2023, delivered through in-game mail. Initially, Jingle was intended to be the dog skin for the Christmas Messenger costume worn by the postman. However, following player complaints, the design of Wick the Post Dog in the Christmas Messenger costume was altered to match the usual breed. The original design was subsequently repurposed and became the pet known as Jingle. For anyone interested in learning more about the controversy surrounding this skin, I've provided a link to my previous video in the description below, or you can click on the card in the top right corner of this video. Aquamarine Aladdin is a discontinued S-tier costume for the magician, Gervais Leroy. It made its debut on December 22, 2017, as part of the Season 0 Essence released during beta testing Season 0. Following the conclusion of the Rorschach Inkblot test, update on January 3, 2018, coinciding with the end of Season 0, Aquamarine Aladdin was removed from inventories and has not been reintroduced since. The exact reasons for the removal of the costume from the game after the conclusion of the Chinese beta period remain unknown, and it's uncertain what became of the copies of Aquamarine Aladdin obtained during that phase. Nevertheless, two variations of this costume, Blue Aladdin and Platinum Aladdin, can still be accessed in the game. The former can be collected through memory spheres, previous seasons, while the latter was only obtainable during Season 1's Logic Path as the ultimate cosmetic award. The only difference between them is their color palette. Green is a yet-to-be-released C-tier costume designed for the geisha Michiko. The sole evidence supporting its existence comes from the release trailer for her character, where a brief glimpse of its costume selection card is showcased in her costume list. The reason for the unreleased status of the costume remains unknown. It is conspicuously absent from both the global and Chinese servers, even though the latter is recognized for obtaining exclusive content. In addition to the skins and items discussed in this video, numerous other items, particularly from the beta test, have yet to be released or may not be released at all. I may compile a list of these in a future video. If you have any information that I omitted, please feel free to share it in the comments. Thank you for watching, and see you next time!